This one was sent to CornyDriveThru at gmail.com from Matthew Miller. Hi, Jim. I was wondering on your thoughts.
Hi, Matthew.
I was wondering on your thoughts about Sammy Guevara's suspension from AEW, and many people have sent in this question.
Well, once again, you're suspended from appearing on TV on Wednesday nights, right? And so that's not a drastic punishment like they'd give you in the NFL where you get fined, the equivalent of $10 million for 40 games or whatever. But it was a stupid thing to say. And of course he admitted it, and he admitted, well, I was a stupid 21-year-old kid that said a stupid thing. But why would you say that to somebody if you weren't even on a broadcast? Why would, this brings up the whole is rape funny thing, and can rape be joked about? And Carlin did the bit, right? He says, oh, people say rape can't be joked about, rape can't be funny. Well, imagine Elmer Fudd raping Porky Pig. And then he does, and of course, then that's funny, right? But this was not even a joke. It was not even Rodney Dangerfield. I said this, I stole this in 1986, said it about Baby Doll. I said, a guy broke into Baby Doll's apartment last week. She yelled, rape. He yelled, no. That's still funny. But this wasn't funny. It was just a horrible thing why would you? I don't understand. You could have said, boy, I would, I'd save her from raping myself, or from being raped. I'd restrain myself and even try to make a joke out of it. And that'd probably get heat. But just, wow, I wanted to rape her. Who says that? Especially on the fucking air. And old Uncle Dave said that was a fucking a figure of speech that was used years ago or by young people or whatever. I was never fucking, I was young before that then. But no, I don't, normally if he had tried to make a joke, even if it wasn't funny, I'd halfway take up for him, obviously. But it wasn't even just trying to make a joke. It was just like, what the fuck? I was like, why didn't he say, I'd like to sodomize her? That's the same fucking thing. It doesn't sound good either. So it's just stupid. But he was a stupid 21-year-old kid, for fuck's sake. So now that he's got a goddamn job and actually doing good, somebody wants to fuck, well, we'll get him too. Where do you draw the line with it? It was a stupid thing say from a kid who said he was stupid. I don't think he ought to be fired or fucking run out of town on a rail.
All things being equal, I think he handled it quite well. He apologized to Sasha Banks. They had a phone conversation. I guess AEW is going to send him to... What are they sending him to?
I don't know.
They're sending him to classes, but I'm trying to remember the name of the classes.
Well, what? A class don't say stupid shit? How do you do a class on don't saying stupid shit?
Sensitivity classes, maybe. That's what it was. To be sensitive to other people and other people's needs.
But you know what? Here's the thing. To be sensitive to fucking, it's called life and growing up. It wasn't like he did actually assault anyone or attempt to assault anyone or perpetrate anything physical or even fucking say something to somebody in the same room. He said something stupid on a show, but he apparently thought somehow was a compliment. So fucking suspend him and cost him a little money. He apologized to the person he said it about, and apparently she's not mad now. Because he apologized and handled it well? Is she still hot? Is she like, fuck you, or is she like, okay?
Well, I'm sure she wasn't happy about it, but it appears that she accepted his apology, and I'm sure...
She's not calling for sanctions to be placed on him. She's happy with what he's done.
No, and I'm going to assume, we weren't on that phone call, but I'm going to assume she let him know what she thinks about it.
Well,
and then she moved on, it seems.
Okay, so what the fuck? At this point, what do you do when you send somebody to fucking sensitivity training instead of just saying, don't say fucking stupid shit about people unless you're like me and you don't give a fuck. You'll make a heel. You'll make like Mexican Joker. If you send somebody to classes they got to sit through because they said one stupid thing as a rookie pro wrestler on a podcast 4 years ago, and they got to go to these classes to learn what all the fuck it is they might learn there. I have no idea. He said something wrong. He apologized to the person he said it about. She took it. He got fucking reprimanded by his employer. But classes on how not to say a stupid thing on a wrestling podcast.
Well, here's the actual release from
if I was sitting belong about the third class, I'd be like, I will murder everybody that caused me to come here.
Well, here's the statement from AEW. AEW insists on doing our part to create a world of understanding and respect for humankind. We therefore strongly condemn the extremely offensive and hurtful words of Sammy Guevara. As such, effective immediately, Sammy is suspended without pay until further notice. Sammy has agreed to undergo extensive sensitivity training, and, upon completion, his future status within the company will be reevaluated.
Oh, for God's sake.
During his suspension, his salary will be donated to the Women's Center of Jacksonville.
Well, there you go. He's already spent some money on it, and he's apologized, etc. The extensive sensitivity training. Did Sammy Guevara's words shock the world? Did they punish Michael Vick this badly in the NFL for fucking dogfighting?
Well, Michael Vick went to prison.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure, because if we're talking about Sammy Guevara saying one stupid thing on a podcast 4 years ago, or Michael Vick, Michael Vick needs to get the worst end of the deal by far, obviously. Anyway, what the fuck? I'm not even defending what he said. I said what he said was stupid. But have we all lost our grip on what the fuck? How are you going to take a guy who feels bad already? Has his attitude been a problem up till now? Apparently not. What do they think he's going to learn that he hadn't learned in the 4 years since he said something stupid on a fucking podcast? And suddenly now he's a horrible person who needs to be retrained. That's ridiculous.
What is it? What is extensive sensitivity training?
I don't know.
What do you think they make you do?
Is it like one of those fucking camps that they sent Butters to be not gay? You don't watch South Park, do you?
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Yeah. One of the gay conversion summer camp that they sent Butters to, but Cartman loved the facilities, so he said he was gay, or maybe he was an addict. I can't remember. But anyway, I don't have a clue what it is. And why would anybody? Because why would either somebody's an asshole or they're not. And if they're an asshole around a lot of people extensively, then I guess you should ask them not to be an asshole. But I don't know how you can train someone not to be an asshole.
I imagine it's kind of like a defensive driving course. You just have to sit there for 6 hours and watch videos and answer questions.
So now we know apparently your driving record is suspect.
Oh no, my driving record's fine, but if you take a defensive driving course...
Then how do you know what these fucking...
Because I've done it several times. I think you could do it, I was about to say 3 years, maybe it's every 6 years, and it cuts 20% off your car insurance.
Wait a minute, hold on. You mean to tell me that you can save 20% on your car insurance?
Maybe it's 10%. Now I'm doubting everything.
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting right on the phone. I'll be right back.
It might be 10% now that I think about it.
They won't do it.
What?
They won't do it.
Who won't do it?
The insurance company. They won't take 20% off my...
I'm just wondering. I'm like, should I edit this? I don't know where he went. But there
I was checking.
You didn't know that if you take a defensive driving course, you save money on your insurance?
I wasn't aware of that.
And if you have points, it shaves points off your license.
I don't have any points or anything bad now because I don't drive anywhere anymore. But years ago, 30 years ago. But see, that's how I got around that, because I always kept my Kentucky license when I lived in Louisiana. 13 speeding tickets in a 12-month period, and none of them made it back to Kentucky in the pre-computer days.
How many wrestlers lost their licenses from the time that you were around?
I mean, there was some. I won't say everybody in Louisiana at one time or another had license issues, but everybody who moved there and had a state license had an issue, because then they were getting the information. I know this Ric Flair spent time without license. Back in the 70s, for a while, he and Valentine were renting limousines to go to the shows when they were the World Tag Team Champions, and part of it may have been because of his speeding record.
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't Len Denton actually once Flair's driver? Because he was like an undercard guy, or just starting out in the territory, and Flair couldn't drive anywhere.
Yeah. And it was hard you had to do a lot of speeding to lose your license in the Carolinas in those days because the cops knew who everybody was, right? And all the wrestlers, because they saw them every week going to these towns and driving fast. And one time I got pulled over. He said, "Oh, you're one of Crockett's guys, right? Well, here," and he opened his glove compartment. He said, "Here, I've got about 30 or 40 of these buttons for our local kids program. They're $1 a piece." I said, "Well, here's $40. Just give me all those buttons." And then he'd let you go. Or, if they, sometimes, especially well-known guys that travel those roads a lot, like the Briscoes and Wahoo, in those days, the cops sometimes would pull up beside them and flash their lights just to say hello and then kind of give them a little escort. It was, but anyway, it was a simpler time. But yeah, what were we talking about?
Wrestlers losing their driver's license.
No, we were talking about Sammy Guevara. Yeah, see, you lost me, and then I lost you.